Hi there everybody, it's Verity here from inkybutterfly.wordpress.com. Thank you for joining me today for this project, and I've actually got a 3D project to share with you. This is my first project as a part of the design team for the inspire.create.challenge blog. So this is my sample project that I've used to inspire you guys to enter into that little challenge. All the details for that will be in the description below, so do check it out if you fancy giving it a go. So this is a little mini album. Learned how to make these a long time ago, and I'm quite chuffed that I remembered how to do it. I'm using the Paper Blooms pack of paper there, so that's a celebration paper that won't be available now after today. So if it is something you'd like to get your hands on, get in quick before the end of today. Okay, so if I just untie my ribbon on this and open that up, the album opens up like so to reveal these pages. I've put some little diddy tags inside as well, just as an option for you. This one I haven't glued down the back, but you can glue down the back if you want and just have it sort of flip through like this, but I quite like the idea of it stretching out so that you can see all your little mementos or photographs or whatever they are that you decide to put in them. So these are roughly 3 inches square or thereabouts. Okay, just tie that back together with the ribbon. Okay, when you're done with it, pretty decoration. So the general sort of formula is that whatever size piece of paper you start off with, you'll end up with something with half. So this is 6x6 to make a 3x3 page. If you want to start with a full 12x12, you'd make a 6x6 page. If you wanted to make sort of a bigger book to hold more stuff, you could do that too. Okay, so as I just said, we're going to start out with a 6x6 piece of paper. Do trim it down, make sure it is 6x6. You want it as square as possible. Sometimes it's just fractionally larger than the 12x12, because this was a 12x12 paper pack. I am bringing in my scoreboard to do the first little bit, but you can do this by hand by folding in half and then folding in half again to get your starter section. But I actually quite like to get these ones done on my scoreboard. So I'm scoring at 1.5, 3 and 4.5 to make 4 equal sections. And we'll turn it and do the same on that edge too. And there we have 16 squares that help us do our folding. Okay, but like I say, if you don't have a scoreboard or even the trimmer, you could do it on the trimmer too. You can do that by just simply folding the paper in half. Okay, we've got to burnish these anyway, so fold the paper in half and then folding it to the middle. Okay, all right, so I am going to fold those in. So I'm going to be using the blue side, but I'm just folding in these edges and making them nice and sharp, because it will help with the rest of the folds. When I first got taught to do this step wasn't included, but I actually found that it's a lot easier if that score line is already burnished ahead of time. Okay, so this is the side we want. We've folded in on it. I'm going to flip it over and we're going to fold the points to the centre. Okay, get it as square as you possibly can. The squarer and sharper you can get these, the better. Okay, and then we're going to fold the corner in there. Okay, and we're going to do that, okay, on all 4 sides. Probably should just say to you while I'm doing that this portion of this video is going to show you how to make your pages, and I will do a separate video for the final construction and decoration, otherwise it will be too long. Okay, so there we go, last corner being done. Okay, like so. Okay, we now flip that over, and these lines that we actually scored at the beginning now help us with this part. Okay, so folding each corner to the middle, give it a really good crease and unfold, and do that with all 4. You may find there's a bit of resistance, but use your bone folder and get that paper creased as best you can. The flatter you can get that, the better. And undo it, flip it back over. Okay, so this is the part, the tricky part, if you like. Okay, so we're going to turn it to a diamond now. We've sort of been working with it square, haven't we? Turn it to the diamond. Now I'm left-handed, so I'm going to use my left hand. I don't know why I do it like this. I don't know, just I use my left hand to hold these 2 points down, and I'm going to lift this corner up and in on itself, and these folds underneath here, that is probably going to be really, really hard for you to see, squash down in place here. Okay, you want to make sure these bits are then scored, burnished, I would say. Okay, try and show you again. So I'm holding this down here now and holding that top one, lift the corner up and then push in along these score lines here. Okay, get it as flat as you can. Make sure those central lines are burnished. And you do this on 3 sides, and don't do all 4. Lift it up, push it in, squash down those folds, and back on itself. Okay, so lift, fold back, in on itself, and squash it down. And you end up with a sort of house shape. Okay, and then I'm going to bring in I'm just using some basic white. If you wanted to use a coloured cardstock, that's fine too, just pick something. So that slots into those corner pieces there, and then if you just sort of lift that, you can slot that inside there. Okay, and I find it easier to then give it a really good burnish from the back. Okay, so we've got this scenario now. You could put a bit of glue under here, but I don't find it is necessary. Okay, and I've already done 5 of these and connected them up. So we're going to add this one to the end. Okay, I find wet glue is the best for this because it just gives you that time to make sure it's in place. So we're going to apply the glue to both sides of the flap, but leave about 1/4 inch, 1/2 centimetre for a bit of sort of leakage and wriggle. Okay, and then on your pages there is an opening on all 4 sides. So if you give that a gentle squeeze and push that point in and press that down on both sides. And you can just fold that over, make sure it's all nice and square. And that, my friends, is it. So once you've decided that this is your end piece, we don't actually need that corner flap. So just like we did before, what you're going to do is squash that corner in, and then you can squash in your corners on your card as well. Okay, so that is how we make the pages of our book. Okay, I hope that was okay for you. Okay, so come back in part 2 and we'll get all the decorating done. Okay, right, catch you again in a bit.